Hello, this is Jane Goodall. First of all, let me thank the organisers for inviting me to say a few words at this very important gathering. Since I began my study of the chimpanzees in the wild in 1960, our understanding of who animals are has increased. When I got to Cambridge in 1961, after being with the chimpanzees of Gombe for nearly 2 years, I was told I'd done everything wrong. The chimpanzees should have had numbers, not names, and I couldn't talk about them having personalities, or minds, or emotions. Why? Because those were unique to humans. Fortunately, I had a wonderful teacher when I was a child who had taught me that all of the professors were saying was absolutely, totally wrong. And that teacher was my dog, Rusty. So I continued to write about the chimpanzees as they are, and gradually, because the National Geographic sent Hugo van Lawick to photograph and film the chimpanzees, and because his films illustrated the truth of what I was writing about, and because of the fact that it gradually became known that we share 98.7% of DNA with chimpanzees. And so science began to accept that we are part of and not separated from the rest of the animal kingdom. And so today we acknowledge not only intelligence in apes, elephants, dolphins, and so on, but in pigs, rats, crows, parrots, and many other creatures, including fish who can be trained, and octopuses, and bumblebees who haven't been trained can, after simply watching a trained bee, roll a little bead into a hole for a nectar reward. Many indigenous people have long known that animals are thinking, feeling beings, and we're beginning to listen to their voices. And of course, very many other people, the general public around the world, know that this is true. And so gradually we're beginning to give animals the protection and respect that they deserve. Increasingly, people are recognizing that every animal is a unique individual with his or her own personality, and that each one should be treated with respect, just as each human should be. Even in insects, we have individuals who are very timid or very bold, some who are more curious than others, and some who are more aggressive, and so on. The symposium today is an important initiative. There must be laws that recognize animals as individual beings, sentient and sapient, so that to mistreat an animal, to destroy his or her environment, should be seen as a crime, and a suitable punishment can be imposed on the individual guilty of that crime. It's very clear that animals should be respected and protected in their own right. But many more people will join us if they understand that protecting animals will also benefit them, humans. And increasingly, people are beginning to recognize that not only are we a part of nature, but that we depend on it for food, water, clothing, everything. But what we depend on is healthy ecosystems. An ecosystem is comprised of a complex and interdependent mix of animals and plants. And as you all know, we're losing animals and plant species at an alarming rate. In fact, we're in the midst of the 6th great extinction, and this is leading to ecosystem collapse in many parts of the world. And this means that in addition to protecting animals for their sake, we also need to protect them if we care about the future of life on Earth as we know it, if we care about the future of our own species. JGI Belgium is strongly in agreement with everything that I've said, and the young people in our Roots and Shoots program are becoming an increasingly informed body of young people that is working to make the world a better place for people, for the environment, and of course for animals. By collaborating with like-minded organizations such as Bird Protection Flanders, we can and we must work together to make the necessary changes in the legislation so that the animals, our fellow inhabitants of planet Earth, can get the protection they deserve, and which will help to save the world with the future of our children and theirs. Thank you, and I hope that this gathering is a huge success and leads to demands for changes in legislature. Thank you.